And see, in Louisiana, I got some history. I'm gonna make me a book one of these days. Slaves, see, black bought their freedom. You had to buy your freedom. It's just like getting 10-year prison sentence, and you either go to $10,000 fine or spend 10 years in jail. Well, if you could hustle up 10 grand, you buy your freedom. You're free.
And you get your papers.
You get your papers. Now you go out and buy property. See, over 300 blacks own slaves. Black slaves own slaves. A lot of people don't know that. In Louisiana, over 300 black slaves own slaves.
Mm-hmm.
See,
I heard about that.
yeah, and what would happen?
I mean, did they treat them better?
Oh, it's no different. How does the black boss treat you?
There you go.
So now, what made you think they're gonna be different than you? And if the slave owner, that see, the sad thing about it, you was the number. You was the probably if person come along to see you and say, look, I like that slave. How much you want for her? And whatever you make achieve, your mom, your dad, or whatever have nothing, you go over there and take it. And that's it. Just like somebody, I seen your grandson have a healthy little boy, I want him. How much you want from me? They go in there, this is my baby, no boy, or whatever slave, whatever your name is, he's gone. That's it, you don't see him no more.
Black slave owners was doing that?
Yes.
Damn.
But in other words, let me tell you this. What make you think black people are different now than they were then? They was worse then than they were there. Because you know why? They could shoot you, because that was their own problem. Saying, what can you do with your dogs?
Right.
What power, if somebody come over and say, don't, you should feed that puppy more, what would you tell them? That's my puppy, I do what I want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is my slave.
Wow.
See, and a lot of people don't know, young black teenagers, they buy them for their property, just for their own personal use. Their buddies come over, have a party, I want her. I want him. And then Afghanistan and whatever, that's the way they do with these damn priests and whatever. Molest these boys.
Sure.
Same way with drug trafficking. These pimps sell these goods just like you go out here and sell your car.
Mm-hmm.
And the big people, they know this. See, they know all these people are crooked. But what happened? See, the American is sold out. Okay, now, here you governor, here you the mayor. I'm a crook. I come to you and say, look, Mr. Gilliam, see, look, I'm guilty, I got a thing going over here. Here's 20 grand. Look the other way.
Yeah.
See? But in other words, he said, now you can hassle me all you want. As long as we know it's between each other. I can go out here and make a front, say, I'm going to put all the drug dealers in the same way with guns. We passed this law on guns, and you know as well as I know.
The guns ain't going nowhere.
In other words, if they ban the guns here, half of the guns are sold out of the country, they don't even have no seal number on them.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're going to stand before, oh, we passed the law. You know why they passed the law? They're going to raise some more taxes, you raise your taxes.
To get more money.
See, and the same thing about, I know a little bit, but not much. See, slavery is not much different. The only thing different from slavery now is that exposure. See this governor. You see this picture of this governor in the
With
Ku Klux Klan suit
yeah.
with his brothers,
Yeah.
black guy on there. Then he had a glove. He didn't want to put much black shoe polish to go to the
Yeah, he tried to deny and say it wasn't him.
Now, that's the good part. Back then, even Rosa Parks, the one refused to give up her seat.
Mm-hmm.
The Ku Klux Klan used to go in there and they had one-room shacks, and they didn't even have desks for the school. But see, what happened to black people are living the dream of slave made it for them, see. People back slavery there, look at my grandmother, 100 years and 18 days, no hospital, no doctors. in slavery, no inside plumbing, no outside plumbing, exposure.
How does she get free?
Huh?
How she get free?
She told me she use herbs.
I said, how did she get free from being a slave?
Slave was freed in 1865.
Oh, okay. So
Go
she
back and look
became.
at the history. 1865, all slaves were free. So, but in the meantime, most slaves, slave was against the law. If they catch any person of white or color teaching a slave how to read and write, they go to jail. It was against the law to teach a slave to read and write.
So after they stopped slavery, they found a new way to enslave us.
Well, the way it happened, see, a lot of it in the mention where all the people see blacks, whites was in the same mention, and sisters, half sisters and brothers were in the same mention, but the poor white woman didn't have nowhere to go. See, the slave owner fathered kids from his wife and the slaves in the same house.
The white woman had to just deal with that, right?
What could she do? See, women didn't have no rights. They couldn't vote. And same way with India, not India, next to Afghanistan, where they
Pakistan,
next to Pakistan, where they don't want them to have no.
Saudi Arabia,
No, what's Iran?
Iraq.
No, next to Iraq. I can't think, but anyway, they believe in India where Juggins, where he lived, the wife had to walk 3 paces behind her husband.
Right.
See? In the India, these people the woman can't expose her face.
Only their eyes.
Or the eyes, yeah. And see, they just got permission to drive. Now, this is America now. What do you think happened 50, 100 years ago? And this is what's, okay, with a slave. Slave was no different than you raising dogs, a bunch of puppies. Okay, same thing, see. Well, people don't think, okay, you think it's horrible to take your son and sell it to somebody. If you have a little puppy, is it hard for you to go out there and say, I want you to take this puppy when he's 2 weeks old, take away from his mama? How do you think his mama feel?
Right.
You could care less. Look, I'm gonna wait, when these get big, I'm gonna breed and get some more puppies. That's the way slave was.
Yeah.
Boy, if you knew some of the things that I know and experienced, a lot of young people, see, back then, when the slave owner find, there's always some nut, some stupid, crazy guy, big, husky, they put him in charge of you.
And they give him privileges so he don't want.
Whatever he wanted to do, you was okay. See? And what if and I see a lot of blacks rebel, a lot of people killed them or whatever, but what they would do, they would lynch him in front of the whole group. You know why? See, if this is what's going to happen to you if any of you do this. Keep them calm with them, but they still would they would still do them in something. The guy get crazy and kill up 2 or 3. And then too, see, Mississippi was lynch more people than any other state.
I heard about that.
Even women. Material, you ever see this picture from Material back from Chicago when this black boy went to visit him I can't think must have been back in the 40s or 50s where they beat him up so bad he was unidentified.
Yeah.
You know what that's called?
The little boy, Emmett Till.
Emmett Till, yeah. You know how that happened?
Because he looked at a white woman or whatever.
He said he dated white women back then. Those guys today have never been convicted. And the guy that testified that had to leave town. See, back then, even when I was growing up, you get a lawyer, a white lawyer, you know what they did? Nigga, you lucky to be living. And then too, see, being stupid and ignorant, I don't know what the hell a nickel was for. It cost you $50 in a nickel. See, I'll take him out for $50 in a nickel. Kill that MF. All right, you get $50 in a nickel. And if you work for a rich, see, most of the cities, most of the southern state population of black is 3-to-1 to whites. Because the white own everything and there's not enough room for the white, so they just hire blacks.
Mm-hmm.
That's why in the South, blacks were so popular because the plantation, the sugar cane, cotton, and corn was green there. That's why they needed it. That's why all your slave owners originated from Virginia and the southern states.
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, and Tennessee, and Virginia. Back north, a slave could be freed if he get north, Canada, like Frederick Douglass or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
See, blacks don't know anything about the history. See, in other words, you had to walk around. See, when you was free, you had to have your paper, just like these Mexican people come over the border. You got to have your citizenship paper, your passport, or green card. And then what would happen a lot of the time, the poor whites, if they catch you, they would take your passport from you. And if you didn't have it, then whoever arrested you, whatever, you become his property. See, you don't have no paper, you got to work for me to pay for whatever you done, and you intend to pay for that amount. And then a lot of promises to slave, and some of my paper I got, they promise a slave, give him a price that you can be freed if you make this X number of dollars. When you make this X number of dollars, the guy can change his mind. And what do you have left? You either stay there, live or die. You had two choices. You had a choice to live or a choice to die. And all those choices was on the table. Now, when you walk around and see, like blacks, they kept blacks separated. That's why blacks today, see, if the blacks themselves, okay, most of these places, blacks get by, but like McDonald's churches and all these churches, I remember back in the 50s and 60s, 99% was black.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just the other way around. See, back in here, wasn't no Mexicans. In West Oakland, wasn't no Mexicans. Mm-hmm. No Chinese, there was a few Chinese. You see, but it was so racist here. I remember the time you couldn't buy a house on this side of East 14th Street. Havens Court was a no-no.
Mm-hmm.
So all that, the only blacks lived was from 69th over to about 74th across International. And at the time, Cloyd Barty is now. See, where the Coliseum and that was mud flats. You wasn't doing nothing, you couldn't even go through there. People just go out there, guys just go out there and chase pheasants and rabbits. So, but the sad part, see, programs of work, see, if they had a real program, see, kids are no different than when I was growing up. The only thing about it, we were strictly under, see, the police beat the hell out of you. And you couldn't say nothing about it. And if you said something about it, then they'd come and probably harass the hell out of you, burn your house down, some of the poor. And then, I mean, matter of fact, you just live with a lot of that. You didn't like it, but you had, if you wanted to live, you had to go along with some
deal with it.
Stupid thing was being done. And then, what few blacks it was, the preachers could have a little say. That's about it. And the teacher. If a teacher, a good teacher, professor, whatever, they could kind of swing things a little bit, like the NAACP, they could make a statement, whatever, but until it wears down.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, fine. But to make things different, see, the blacks would always be hold down because the education, see, you can't work together, you can't accumulate something. Okay, in Atlanta, Georgia, they got banks. See, back in the Deep South, back then, people had their own blacks because the white didn't want them with theirs.
Mm-hmm.
See? But here we have nothing. You have Shit, these ball players make millions just in many, but what do? I mean, they make it, I mean, nothing wrong with what they do. But why can't you have a savings and loans?
Because they don't want you to do that. They don't want us to have
Well, I
that.
mean, no, the thing is just, that's the way the system has set you up. You have to be smart enough to look through it. That's the difference.
If you get enough people to do it at the same
Like
time, they can't
Obama
stop
now,
it.
he's going to have a black thing. But when Obama become president, a lot of things he wanted to do, he couldn't do if he wanted to live.
Mm-hmm.
See, if Obama had went to the prisons and said, look, a lot of you guys didn't have a father. A lot of you guys had a hard time. I didn't have a father. Matter of fact, I'm racial. I'm half black and half white.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't easy for me. But I made it. And you can do the same thing. And you got to give a person a reason, the same thing. If they set up a program now and said to the high school kid, when the kid gets 17, 18 years old, they feel like you can't tell them a damn thing, they know everything, and they can do anything, but get yourself out of trouble when they get in there. They can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but if it was a program, say, okay, you drop out of high school, you go to a trade school, cook, mechanic, carpenter, plumber, yard man, or whatever. You have to take a trade.
Mm-hmm.
Either that, if you don't do that, you go in service for a year, 2 years. So
That's how it used to be, right?
similar to that. Yeah, they had programs like, but the thing about it, the people in the program, matter of fact, when I had the store, they had a program across the street. You go to school and get your diploma and what have you, and you get a job. See, but you get this, and what happened across the street, the people was going to get a check. They were going there, signing in, and shit didn't even show up, and then nobody reported it. They got away with it. Same way with World War II. When I was in service, everybody had. Well, you went to help on it.
Because everybody was gone, huh?
Well, see, most of the young people was in service and whatever. And see, the reason why blacks out here, Kaiser would pay your fare out here to work in the shipyard.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 40s. See, that's how bad help was needed. And what the guy would do, he'd go to this shipyard. I know a guy worked in the Navy Yard shipyard over in Hunters Point. He'd get up in the morning, go there and check in, and then get back on the bus, go over in to Richmond Point and check in again. Then he'd go back home. Friday, he'd go get a check over.
It don't even work.
With no one to check up on him.
Hmm.
See? And what was, instead of, back then, blacks, then Chinese owned everything. Black did have one or two cleaners, whatever, but making all this, what the hell did you do with the money but blow it? What good did it do?
Nothing.
It's the same way when I talked with Brooks and a couple of more guys. Brooks and Sally made good money. They had to pay $4,000 to $5,000 back to the government because they didn't have enough write-offs.
Mm-hmm.
But Brooks was okay, but Sally would have screwed up everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but they was afraid. Mr. Kelly, my lawyer, Mr. Taylor, these white folks don't want you down here. and I told him, I know they don't want me there. That's why I'm down here. Oh, they going to burn your house down. I said, so what? See,
They didn't do
sitting
it.
right there, it was not that table, but sitting right there, it was another table there. And they tried to convince me that it was wrong, whatever it was. I jumped and threw everything off the table and told them, I said, look, people wake me so sleep.
Still sleep.
You can't, everything is right in front of your eyes. So why somebody have, okay. You know as well as I know. Wells Fargo, Bank of, all of them screw you up. The only one that pays get caught. The rest of them doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
See? So what can you do? You have no choice. They overcharge you like the blacks and West Oakland and whatever. And Wells Fargo was overcharging them, different things. Same way with buying a house here. I know when they first started buying, a guy had to get a white real estate broker to buy this house for you as a minority then transferred, then you had to go to court. On Lakeshore, ran off of Benfoyle, off of Lakeshore. Mandana, you know where Mandana Street goes up?
Up toward Piedmont.
Yeah, when you get the Lakeshore go down to the
Yeah.
end, and Bandana comes in, you go up, you go up to Balfour.
You got the big houses over there.
Yeah, back then, this lady bought the house right off of there. We go up Mandana, the next street over from there, because they tried to sell me a house over there. And she bought the house, they thought she was white. When she went there, they protested, it was a line everywhere. But she went to court and won. See? And that's how, and then what would happen, the same little guy, this little Okie from Oklahoma, he was a smart Okie, but he was smart enough, he the one got the house for me. And he told me, he said, these rednecks, he called these rednecks, but he called the rest of them rednecks. But I looked at him how he did business. If whatever he is, he's a millionaire if he wanted to be. Because what he would do, back then, he'd tell me, anybody, he said, any house that you see and want for sale, let me know. So,
He'll find a way to get it.
yeah, the way he would do it, this not up in Piedmont, it was a house for sale up there. You wasn't born there. Dr. Buckingham was the black flavor. He was the black, he had a place up there. And the house was for sale, man. I mean, they wouldn't see, when people sell a house, they make it clear to the broker they didn't want no minorities. No. It was a sign up here, no blacks and Chinese, around the corner here.
Recently or back then?
When I bought this house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But, and what would happen? He go up there and see the house. He'd come through the neighborhood. If anybody want a house up there, he'd go up there, tell the people. He was smart. He said, now look, you find out where the people, if they're going to live, when they're going to move. A lot of people, if they're selling the place to leave, they go somewhere else. He tells me, look, why would you worry about this neighborhood? You're not going to be here anymore. Let them fight it out. I'll get you more money for this house. Okay, blacks would buy it. And I'll get you other way. How much they want for this house? Back then, these houses were selling for 30 and 40,000. He tell the guy, say, now, would you let this house go out and get you 50 grand for it? What you gonna say? You're not gonna be here.
Right.
You're gonna take that 50. Now, what he would do, he would get one black family here for that 50 grand. And once you get settled, you know what he would do?
What?
He'd go to every house in this neighborhood. He said, look, some blacks down here, your property company gonna go there. He would sell every house in here, and the black would buy it. That's why.
So that's how the black people
That's how they
infiltrated
got in these areas. See, and what would happen? See, now, the first person was charging a lot of money. You know, like this guy was. But same thing. Okay, where you live now? Okay, if the neighbors come and say, Mr. Gillian, don't sell your house to Mexicans. Okay, because they drug dealers. You know, these people are bad people. Okay, a couple of weeks later, the brother comes and say, Mr. Gillian, you gonna live here? No, where you gonna live? Well, I have made my mind, but you look, let me tell you something. How much you want for your house? I want 200 grand. What if I got you 3 for it? For 350. Well, yeah, I could use 3. I could use another 100 grand, another 50 grand. So if I worry about these people here, you're not gonna be here. You move. Why you sell your house? If you were gonna remain here, you live here. So you're gonna take that grant. See? Now the minute you leave, I'm gonna come back to this neighborhood. See, no, you don't let one in there. No house for sale. I'm gonna go back. A couple of doors from that. You know, you got some new neighbors moved in. Yeah. You know what nationality you are. Yeah. And you know the value of your property going to go down if you stay here. Yeah. Now it's a good time to get out.
And then he go get some more same people.
Yeah, and same thing. Okay, he said, well, we don't want to sell it. He said, look, you're not going to live here. Why would you worry about what's going to happen in the neighborhood? You're not going to be here anymore. That's psychology. And he did that, I don't know, last time I seen him, he was doing that. And so if he did that from then on, see, in every house, I mean, he would, in other words, for a block, I mean, 10